Hey there, we're Nigel and Sue and these are our adventures.
And in this episode we're in Cooktown.
On the road now and we're heading for Cooktown. Yay! Woo. Hands on the wheel, please. And we're going to make our way up through Mount Carbine, Lakeland and to our free camp that we're staying at Archer Point. Really looking forward to this. It's going to be absolutely awesome. We're just making a quick stop here. I needed to go to the toilet and Nigel was hungry, surprise, surprise. And we're at the James Earl Lookout. So there's a toilet here, we're up on top of the hill, on top of the range, and the views are spectacular. Check this out. So we're just coming up to the turn-off now for Archer Point, and the big question is, what is the road condition going to be like? Alrighty, so we've just arrived at the beach, the kite spot, where we hung out so much last year, and our first stop is going to be
the chili plant that we planted last year. So yeah, we're back home. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have some fresh chilies to pick because we're just about out. Yeah, it's been taken out. I'll put the rocks there, it's gone.
bugger.
I pulled it out. Chili plants are not accepted.
But look, there's lots of coconuts. So many coconuts.
Oh, so sad. So looking forward to that.
We're going in search of coconuts before we go and find our campsite. What's going to happen first? Will the coconut come down or will the stick break?
Yeah. What you don't know is that the last time I threw this thing, or the first time, I actually, one shot, one coconut. Can you do it again? No. Can't do it for the camera.
So we've come away with one coconut. We'll have to have a bit of a think about how we might be able to get some more out, because there's lots in the trees. Green ant nest.
What's green ant nest? Oh.
So this is what it's all about. Nigel, no shirt. We're all camped up and we're about to enjoy a coldie and and some popcorn.
Nice.
We have just woken up here in Cooktown. Such a beautiful day. Well, we actually have been awake for a little while. Just making breakfast. We're just having avo on toast, eggs. I'm about to make a smoothie bowl. But look outside, it's so gorgeous. The sun's just come up. So the plan for this morning, we're going to take a walk up to the lighthouse. A, for exercise, B, because it's the only place we can get internet access, so we can check our emails and socials and all that sort of thing, and also check on the progress of our drone, which has been shipped away. And then we're a little bit unsure, so it depends. If the wind picks up, we'll go down to the kiting beach. At the moment it's really still, so we might just stay here. Nigel's got a few things to do on the van. I've got some video editing to do, but it's just beautiful and peaceful here. There's no one else around. We had this campsite all to ourselves last night, which was really wonderful. This morning we're going for a walk up to the lighthouse, which you can see up there. It's a bit of a hike, and we want to check out the road condition too. When we were here last night, we saw one vehicle attempt to go up there and heard their wheels spinning, and we actually watched them reversing. We're not sure where they ended up because they didn't appear to drive back past. Okay, so we're about halfway up the hill and we figured out why we did not hear old mate in his car go back past us. Doesn't work too well when you got one wheel off the ground.
You can't park there.
We figure this is where he came undone. Couldn't get around this corner in his two-wheel drive ute. So it's quite a tight turn with a big dip. Bit too dangerous really. We'll stick to walking up. We're nearly there. But check this view. So you can see the ruins of the old jetty, and where that one is parked out there, that's where we wanted to camp. We camped there last year. We are currently, can just see the roof of the van there. And there's one other person camped down there. We found a couple of coconuts yesterday and we've just gone into them. So Nigel is using drill.
Well, a hole saw drill, but I think for the next one, I'm just gonna drill a hole, and we'll get the straw and then we'll use the knife to hack it open.
And I would just like to say,
there we go.
Oh, I'm proud of me. I cracked open my first coconut today. Look at this little baby. It's kind of a small one, but anyway, I've got the knife and I'm eating the coconut, so I'm happy.
There we go.
Here goes Nigel with the next one.
There we go.
He's in. How good's that?
Oh, real good.
Can I have some? Thank you. Oh, hang on.
That's it.
Oh, it's heavy. Oh, this one's a big one. These stainless steel straws are really good. Yum. So good.
Oh, stick full of protein, right?
Yeah, electrolytes. I think that's it.
Tom Hanks lived on coconuts and castaway.
Did he not fish?
Oh, he might have got fish. Yeah.
He might have got fish. Or oysters. There you go. And they live on coconuts in Survivor until they get rice or fish. Nigel the genius. Look at it, he's put a spoon on the drill.
We've got...
Just don't press the trigger while you do that.
How cool is that?
Mind you, I've just spent the last probably hour with a knife.
That's cool.
Awesome. Hey guys, this is super exciting. We've come up with a rather ingenious way of collecting the coconuts here on the beach. We've got the winder from our awning, which has a hook on the end of it. So Nigel is currently halfway up a tree and about to get a coconut down. So here's Nigel a little way up the tree with the coconuts hooked. Yay! One coconut. Woo, woo. Ow! This bloody coconut came down and hit my ankle. And he's laughing.
You gotta hang on, it might fall off.
I've just walked about 100 metres from that group of palm trees there to here where I am now on the beach, and I have completely filled up this plastic bag full of rubbish. Nigel is about 50 metres or so further down the beach, and he's got another bag, and by the time he makes it back to here, I dare say his bag will be full too. Sad, this is such a beautiful beach. Now it's important to note that this is not rubbish that people have dropped on the beach. It's what has been washed up with the tides. So we've just walked along this high tide mark here where there's all this driftwood and other stuff that's washed up, and just collected all this plastic. Bottle tops, empty bottles, parts of shoes, bits of fishing rope, just all sorts of random plastic that is washed up on the beach. Really sad to see, but you know, we always try and pick it up where we can. So we figured for full impact we should probably tip the rubbish out just so we can show exactly what was in it.
Bearing in mind this is between two of us less than an hour.
So fortunately, there's a big skip bin here. There'll be no room in the van for two bags this big.
Yeah, mine's already in the bin.
Big.
Yeah, she's a bit whiffy.
Oh.
We'll go and grab some firewood for tonight's firewood. We just grab some driftwood and we'll head back to camp.
Look at it all in there.
A big bucket of it over there. Hunter-gatherers
And
to the
how many
fore.
coconuts did we get, Nige?
We got 7.
7, lucky 7 coconuts.
So I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
All in all, a very successful day of hunter-gathering here at Archer Point Beach. No kite surfing was done, but we cleaned up rubbish, we got coconuts, and we got firewood. So we're going to have a great fire tonight, I think. Got our fire all ready to go. We collected a heap of wood today when we were down at the beach. So the dry coconut husks was definitely the way to light the fire. Things you learn watching Survivor. Good morning, people. We're leaving our camp here at Archer Point because finally the wind has come up. And Nigel's going kiting this morning. So it's only just gone 8 AM, but the high tide is at 9, and the place where he wants to kite today is a high tide place. So we're going to head over there now. It's only 5 minutes drive, not even, away from where we camped. And yeah, he should be on the water by 9. is my first time out on the bike.
It's not riding a bike.
After a few days, we were running out of water, so it was time to head into Cooktown. Cooktown is the last large town as you head north up the Queensland coast, and it's a jumping off point for people heading up to Cape York. We're not going there this year. So we're here today in Cooktown with another fish and chip shop review.
It's been a while.
We've got our fish and chips from Gilled and Gutted in Cooktown.
Awesome name, though.
Yeah. What do you think just on first viewing, Nige?
Oh yeah, well, if it tastes as good as it looks, then we're a winner.
We'll eat it and get back and let you know. Well, we have two completely empty fish and chip boxes and two completely full bellies. What do you say, Piggy?
So good. I was going to go 10 out of 10. These are new bar setters, so I'm going to go 10 out of 10. Everything was so good, beautiful. The crispiness of the batter was just fantastic.
I'm giving it a 9.5. I do love a handmade potato cake from my Victorian friends, but the potato was sliced slightly too thin for my liking, and it is a fine line with potato cakes. Slice it too thick and it stays a bit hard, it doesn't cook. But it was beautiful. And check this out, we're right here, on the waterfront by the river. So beautiful spot to enjoy our fish and chips here in Cooktown. Name of the fish and chip shop, Gilled and Gutted. 9.75 out of 10.
This guy is definitely not shy. Just been feeding him coconut, and he is making himself rather welcome. Just at the foot of the van. Don't you be crowing at all airs of the night, young man.
Life is good in the van tonight, people, because Nigel...
Well, probably on his mouth.
Nigel's making dinner. He's making one of our favourite meals. He's making dal. Dal. How's it going there, babes?
We're ready to go.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we've got poppadoms.
Have a look in the pot.
Poppadoms, dal curry. And just leave the rice to sit for another five minutes to make it nice and fluffy.
How good does that look? And I'm excited because I've still got 2 poppadoms.
I've only got
1.5 poppadoms.
I've only got 1. Boo.
Out of how many, Nigel?
5.
Nigel was very sad to end the bromance with the rooster, but it was time to hit the road again. Sadly, our time in Cooktown, Archer Point, has come to an end. We're heading back south now, which is sad because it's kind of our last real time to go kite surfing for a while.
Yeah, well, effectively, I might get a play in Port Douglas, but essentially we're going to have to stand by until WA, but there's awesome kiting over there, so I'm really excited about the prospect of WA kiting.
Yeah, so while we are sad to be leaving this amazing camp, we are really excited for the next stage of our journey, which is into the outback.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, new territory. And the Big Red, that's going to be an awesome part of the trip.
So we hope you've enjoyed this episode. We've really enjoyed our time here, apart from this rattly old road. And give us a thumbs up, drop a comment down below. Please consider subscribing, ring that bell so you'll see our next episodes as we head into the outback.